This is John Paul Rye. I'm coming to you from Tokyo, Japan. This article is apparently hinting towards the fact that Michael Jordan has gone somewhat woke. Let's see what they say. Social justice Jordan is following the same profitable BLM path of LeBron and Kaepernick. In the past few weeks, Michael Jordan has spoken out in favor of Black Lives Matter, pledged to donate $100 million of his own money and Nikes, they say, for whatever that means, toward social justice causes, and now, this week, started a new NASCAR Cup team, making him the first black majority owner of the full-time NASCAR team in nearly 50 years. In addition to the recent commitment and donations I have made to combat systematic racism, I see this as a chance to educate a new audience and open more opportunities for black people in racing, Jordan said in a statement. The timing seemed perfect as NASCAR is evolving and embracing social change more and more. What's going on here? It's obvious someone has taken over Michael Jordan's body and is now impersonating him. Somehow, Air Jordan is transformed into social justice Jordan. Has Michael Jordan changed, or is he blowing with the winds? Anyone who watched Jordan's career knows that he, as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar once said, chose commerce over conscience. BLM meant just one thing, and that's a campaign to sell shoes, be like Mike. If Jordan has reached some sort of epiphany as he got older, then so be it. Good for him. But it's hard to wonder if social justice Jordan is just the latest Nike campaign, or if this is coming straight from his heart. Or if there's any difference between those two things. Recently, it wasn't clear that Jordan had this sort of heart. What are we seeing here exactly? Jordan spent his career as the greatest in the world at two things: basketball and corporate branding. He really could fly at both things. When he was a player, the Times made it harder to be social justice Jordan. He didn't want to jeopardize his own carefully crafted brand. Remember that as a player, he declined to support a black candidate for Senate over Jesse Helms in his home state of North Carolina because he famously said Republicans buy sneakers too. Ooh. First I'm hearing of this. Well, sneaker companies buy BLM now too. With athletes empowered to speak up, it's safe, maybe profitable, to be social justice Mike. Is MJ following LeBron? Surely, most people standing up for social justice causes are just trying to do good. And, yeah, that's the thing. I think there's really two issues here. Like, yes, there is actually a side of social justice that has heart, that means well. It's just the methods are what I don't like. Because they attack the other side, calling the other side racist, sexist, misogynist, and things like that. They don't actually argue their points and want to debate things. They want to shut and cancel the other side down. But it's undeniable that corporate interests such as Nike or Apple or Coke or really any brand try to use BLM to portray themselves as a progressive, hip brand. They do that with progressive values all the time, latching onto liberal causes to sell more shoes, drinks, iPhones, or whatever. Yeah, great point. Maybe that's just too skeptical. I don't believe for a minute that Jordan's a puppet. He's making his own decisions, is his own brand. I guess they meant it's his own brand or something like that. Jordan is now 57 and the majority owner of the Charlotte Hornets. 4 years ago, he donated $1 million to the International Association of Chiefs of Police Institute for Community Police Relations and another $1 million to the NAACP Legal Defense Fund. At the time, according to Forbes, he cited the reactive incidents between African Americans and police officers that had caused a subsequent loss of life on both sides, which is very important. But recently, his public efforts have stepped up. In June, he and Nike's Jordan brand announced that they'd donate $100 million over 10 years toward causes that promote racial equality and social justice. He made the announcement weeks after the killing of George Floyd, which Jordan told the Charlotte Observer was a tipping point. Upon Floyd's killing, Jordan issued a statement that he was deeply saddened, truly pained, and plain angry. I stand with those who are calling out the ingrained racism and violence toward people of color in our country. We have had enough. And now, this week, he and Denny Hamlin formed the racing team with Bubba Wallace as the driver. Wallace is the only black driver at NASCAR's highest level. Jordan said that he grew up in North Carolina as a NASCAR fan and that recent changes in NASCAR to be more inclusive made the move appealing. So, they go on to finish up and ask, so which one is social justice Jordan? Is he the rich guy at a changing moment in his personal life trying to do good, or Is he a corporate brand refreshing his image and jumping aboard an opportunity in a way that wasn't comfortable for him before? Maybe in this case, person and brand can't be separated. And yeah, they raise a good question. Is he using this as an opportunity, which a lot of people are? It's tricky because even with the pandemic, it can actually benefit some companies, like streaming services and companies that make their money by people just like sitting home on rainy days can actually take advantage of the pandemic. So, with Black Lives Matter, the shit that's going on in the States, there are people who can actually take advantage of this. I mean, there's always going to be some kind of business that benefits from some negativity going on. I mean, I don't even want to mention mask companies, not for nothing, but I think if you're a company who's producing and selling masks, you can't be so sad right now about what's going on. Look, you're human, you're making masks, you're selling masks. I'm sure you don't want to see the loss of life, but, fucking on the business side, Jesus Christ, I can only imagine how the profits are for mask companies, throughout the last year. Anyway, I'm doing shout-outs, special thanks, things like that. Consider subscribing. On a note for the channel, sometimes I throw up these articles because I could make the videos quicker. Sometimes I do Photoshops. A little bit of a mixed bag these days. But, I see plenty of channels just like reading an article, and that's what I'm doing. Anyway, if you don't subscribe here, I'll be pretty sad. If you do subscribe, that'll be great. I said that backwards. Yeah, we're done. This is a mess.